studio in Georgetown.
Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 FM.
A pleasant good morning to you and welcome to your main newscast right here on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. I am Joshua Van Sleckman. A very happy Easter to you and your entire family circle as we celebrate the risen Christ. Let's get to the news in details. We tell you now that almost 1 year ago, international energy lawyer Mr. J. Park had conducted a review of the provisions in Guyana ExxonMobil PSA for the Stabroek Block. Following his assessment, Park found that the clauses which should ensure Guyanese get first preference for jobs and contracts in the oil sector leave much to be desired. The terms were found to be so poor that he had given the said provisions a F grade. Park had explained that the reason for such a grade is premised on the fact that the provisions would put Guyanese at a disadvantage, as they gave Exxon and its contractors enough room to make excuses for not giving first preference in the award of contract to local businesses. Less than 1 year of making his pronouncement, Park's words are coming to pass. Kaieteur recently was informed that the local manufacturing company had submitted an expression of interest to supply SBM Offshore, one of Exxon's prime contractors, with personal protective equipment. Despite joining forces with W. Granger, an internationally recognized supplier of PPE, the local company was still told that it was not eligible to submit a bid. The Guyanese company was rejected on the basis of having zero experience in supplying the industry with personal protective equipment. While the PPPC administration has given many for the extensive consultations that were held on the draft local content policy, some of the document's provisions still come in for heavy criticism as they have been deemed to be too ambiguous or unrealistic. Some stakeholders have said that Guyana should temper its for the sector. Upon taking note of this, however, Senior Vice President at the Georgetown Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Timothy Tucker, noted that he does not agree with the popular opinion. Tucker said that the opportunity should be available to Guyanese even if it is believed that the capacity does not exist at the moment to supply certain technical services. At least the very Timothy Tucker appealed that Guyanese must be given a fighting chance to win oil contracts. A woman who confessed to the police that she knifed her ex-boyfriend to death on Thursday last is claiming that she killed him in self-defense. Her ex-lover, Darren Harris, a cook of Efield Cummins Park, Sapphire, was reportedly stabbed 3 times around 20 hours 30. A police report detailed that he was stabbed once to his left chest and twice his upper back. Eyewitness told the police that the stabbing occurred on Efield Main Road, not far away where the woman lived. One of them recounted that they heard Harris and the woman involved in an intense argument. The individual peeped outside just in time to see Harris falling to the ground and the woman running away. The woman, who was arrested mere hours after the stabbing, told detectives that she and Harris had a scuffle and he chopped her to her hands with a knife. She further alleged that, in retaliation, she managed to take away the knife from Harris and stab him to death. Angola's Justice Ministry has previously asked authorities to help it locate the assets of the Dos Santos family. Now it is taking the treasure hunt away to Singapore. Isabel Dos Santos, for her part, is fighting back in court in London. The request for judicial assistance, which arrived last month, looks at the test case for the legal system, as it did with Angola's Justice Ministry had sent the city state a request for legal help to locate the assets and bank accounts of Isabella Dos Santos, her husband Syndica, who died last year, and her proxy, the French businessman. In the document, the ministry states that the eldest daughter of former President Jose Dos Santos is the subject of legal proceeding, in particular for the misappropriation of public money. You're listening to your main newscast right here on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and Welcome back. Thank you for joining us on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. We tell you now that Guyana has received its first batch of the COVID-19 vaccine for the boosting the government's immunization campaign. A quota of 25,000 doses arrived at the Teddy Jagged International Airport on Friday, and more are expected to come in the following weeks, since the government is paying $4 million for a total of 200,000 doses. A press statement from the Ministry of Health noted that the vaccine were procured from the United Arab Emirates. However, it is of Russian origin, since it is where it is being manufactured. It is understood that citizens can see a possible rollout of this set of vaccine this week, as another batch will also be shipped shortly. It is being revealed by the Minister of Labour, Joseph Hamilton, that some of the worst occupational safety and health violations have been found in public sector's entities during the rollout of the ministry's Labour OSH campaign. Hamilton made the disclosure during the ceremonial launching of the OSH month last Friday, as he stressed how unbiased the campaign has been. The campaign started over a month ago with the intent of ensuring maximum compliance of occupation safety and health regulations across all sectors in the 10 administrative regions. It saw both private and public sector entities being placed under scrutiny, and when compared, it was the public sector that accounted for the worst violations. A businessman failed in his bid to thwart a gunpoint robbery using just pepper spray on Tuesday. The businessman, 54-year-old Sean Charles of Calinda Street, Charlestown, was robbed around 19 hours 30 while sitting inside the shop, having a chat with his sister. Sean Seals said that he was at his Calinda and James Street business establishment when the young man entered the building that evening. The individual pretended to browse around the various products within the shop for a while and then walked up to him. The man instructed him not to move and grabbed his 400,000 gold chain. According to Sean, the man was unarmed, so he attempted to fight back, but reaching for his pepper spray, a second individual appeared and then pointed a gun at him. The other bandit revealed him of his cellular phone valued at $78,000. The two then exited the building and made good their escape by running east towards James Street. The Ministry of Human Services and Social Security has rolled out a bank payment option for old age pensioners. According to information posted on the ministry's Facebook page, pensioners need to fill a form providing their name, address, ID, or passport number, bank account number, and name of their bank. Pensioners can uplift the bank application form free of cost from any of the ministry's offices and sub-offices countrywide, or download it from the ministry's website. The forms are to be signed and returned to any of the ministry's office. Once the pension is used in the banking system, the ministry said that pension book must be surrendered at any of the ministry's offices. The Central Housing and Planning Authority has officially demarcated a number of portions of state lands across the country in order to prepare them for transformation into a residential housing scheme as part of the government's proposed plan to issue some 50,000 house lots during its first term in office. As such, the area that have been identified for the development into housing schemes have been gazetted under the new regulations and since approved by the board. The new schemes gazetted for development in the coming 5 years include the East Berbice housing development. That parcel of lands has as its boundaries to the north the Berbice Bridge, access road running south to the housing scheme with Cumberland to its east. Police are investigating an assault case where a woman was beaten, stoned, and slashed with a knife by a Craig family over a name-calling argument. The incident transpired on Monday, March 29th. The victim, 20-year-old Mariah George of Grove East Bank, Demerara, was allegedly attacked by a family of 3 around 17 hours 30. Samantha George, the victim's mother, said that her daughter was walking along Craig Old Road with her sister around that time. While passing the family's home, Mariah reportedly received several insulting remarks and was called names by a female occupant of the house. She reportedly stopped to confront the individual for taunting her. Mariah's mother explained that her daughter was was unacquainted with the woman since they both had relations with the same boyfriend in the past. You have the full details in today's Kaieteur News. It is 10 hours 11 in Guyana and right across the Eastern Caribbean. We turn our attention to your COVID-19 updates. A total of 94 new coronavirus cases have been recorded yesterday, which pushed the number of confirmed cases for the deadly disease in Guyana to 10,540. According to a regional breakdown, Region 4 has the highest number with 45 new cases. Region 3 cases increased by 21 new infectious. Region 10 recorded 10 new cases. Region 7 has 12 new cases. Region 5 has 4 new cases. And Region 6 has 2. To date, the number of deaths remain at 237. Meanwhile, there are 99 persons in home isolation, 77 are in institutional isolation, and 13 are in the COVID-19 intensive care unit at the infectious disease hospital. And with that, we've come to the end of your main newscast right here on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. Let's remind you that you can get the full details of these stories and much more by picking up a copy of the Kaieteur News at a newsstand near you or head across to our website at kaieteurnewsonline.com. Let's remind you that you can also join us at 11 hours for a rebroadcast of the Glenn Nile Show. Also, let's remind you that Kevin in a bit joined us for a recap of the Week in Review, where we touch all the top stories we carried over the past week. I am Joshua Van Sleckman, wishing you and your family a great remainder of your Easter Sunday, wishing you all the best, and we do hope that you will adhere to all the COVID-19 guidelines. On the lighter side of things this morning, today Kaieteur Radio is celebrating 2 years of being the radio with a difference. Special thanks to you, our advertisers, our sponsors, and of course our loyal listeners and fans. We look forward to your continued support as we aim to provide you with the best entertainment and information. Thank you for allowing us in the comfort of your homes, your offices, and your cars. I am Joshua Van Sleckman on behalf of the entire team at Kaieteur Radio, saying thank you as we celebrate 2 years. We look forward in coming bigger and better. Have a great remainder of your Easter Sunday, and of course, we'll catch you later.
And that's the news of the moment. Remember to get the full details